example, when I took international logistics here in class, there were so many things that applied into what I do now, you know, in terms of what kind of documents do you need to actually cross the border, BOL, Bill of Ladings, all those kinds of documents, like they show up in the real world. And once I saw a real hand, I was like, wow, you know, like this is actually the same thing. You know? When you see it in the real world, it's like, wow, that's pretty cool.
We're here in the J.B. Hunt Center for Excellence building at the University of Arkansas with Avelardo. Can you say your name for me?
Yeah, it's Avelardo.
Avelardo, okay. That's the best I got.
No, you got it. Don't worry.
You are currently an intern at J.B. Hunt in Intermodal and International, correct?
Yes, sir. Mexico team.
That's fantastic. So can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now?
Yeah, so since I started at JB Hunt, I started around January 2019, and my first tasks or goals that I had was I was in charge of creating ITNs for my customer experience representatives. I did this for about 5 months, and then my manager, he told me if I could learn how to actually book loads. So that was my second task, is actually booking loads for going southbound into Mexico. Now recently, I'm working on. So my main task is I submit documents through our customs broker. So I take the job very seriously. Every day that I'm going, I always have to double check my numbers because I don't want to mess up any of that stuff. So that's what I've been doing for the past 10 months because I've been obviously, like I said, I've been there since January 2019. But
wow,
I've had a blast ever since and learning every day. And I'm bilingual, so I can speak Spanish and English. So I feel like I could really bring another aspect into it. You know, and it really did help me out whenever actually got the position because I was just excited to not only work for a company like that, but just to have an internship because it will help me out later in life when I'm trying to apply full time and have that kind of experience. It really does help out.
That's right, and you're graduating in December, right?
Yes, sir.
And so you're on the market now,
Almost
aren't
there.
you? So,
Yes,
and I'm sure JB Hunt's trying to keep you, but but you're on the market, so that's good to hear. So think about when you were coming into the internship. What were some of the things you were wanting to accomplish?
So I really wanted to, like I said, learn more about the operations aspect of it because, like I said, Walton did a very good job of teaching me what I learned from the books. Yeah, it's very good. They tell me very well what the books say, but what I wanted to do is get industry experience of how those aspects are applied in the real world, and that's exactly what I've been learning in my transportation internship.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good feedback for us. So,
yeah, exactly.
So thank you for that. So thinking about you started in, you said January?
Yes, sir.
And you went through while you were in school, and then you worked just, full time this summer, and then you're back continuing as an intern while you're taking classes.
Yes,
so your schedule, how do you pull that off?
So pretty much what I like about JB Hunt is that they're very, they work around your schedule. Okay. So that's what I like a lot. And not only that, but I also have to keep in mind that I do have the internship, so whenever I applied for classes during the semester, I have to work around that. So, like for example, this semester I'm taking afternoon classes for 3 of my classes that start at 6 p.m. just because I have to work during the day, 7 to 4. So it really does help me out, like gain different skills that I didn't really have, just like life skills like time management. That's really been a game changer for me, and I feel like it's made me into an even better student because now I feel like I got more responsibility. Not only do I have to keep my grades up to graduate, but also on top of that, do a very good job to show my manager that I'm putting as much effort as I can into the position.
So it sounds like you're really enjoying your internship. What are some of the factors that come into play?
I feel like one of the biggest ones for me is culture. I just feel like a student coming into an industry, it's to me it was kind of intimidating because I don't have any experience coming into it. It's just a fresh kid out of the block. You might have experience in terms of book experience, but industry experience you don't. So I just feel like once I came into it, they were very welcoming. Not only the company was, but my team specifically. Like my boss, not only is he my boss, but he acts as a mentor too, in terms of pushing me to give it my all. And when I give it my all, he pushes me even more, and that just helps me develop not only like my analytical skills, but my social skills. And I just feel like throughout these past 10 months, I feel like I've grown not only professionally, but just in other ways too, yeah, within my team, but also within the company too, and that's what
Okay.
I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be like a sponge right now,
Yeah.
and just collect as much information and data as I can, and that way, once I apply full time, I can say, look, this is how I can help this company, and this is how I can do that. So
That's awesome.
really
Good for you to be a sponge. Yeah. So do that the rest of your career.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'll still do that. So.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you need to do that.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So, looking at, you've done so well in school, academically, you've done so well, already gaining so much depth of experience given where you are. What has led to that? What inspires you?
What inspires me, I'd say the two biggest people that inspire me are my mom and dad. It might sound cheesy, but they're the reason why I'm here. Not only financial wise, but just how they push me. They've ingrained this work ethic into me, and I feel like I owe it to them to give it my all. And even if it's just a simple test, for example, I still study till the night. Comes and they really do inspire me to be a better person, not only a person but also a professional. I want to give the best example that I can every single day that I come into work, not only to work but to class too. Like I don't want to miss any class. I always want to be there to learn what the instructors are there to teach us.
Yeah, well, that's what we hear about you, and well done, Mom and Dad. So thank you.
Yeah.
They've done well. So
Yeah,
good for
thanks.
you. So maybe thinking about the supply chain career. What about it do you like? Why did you choose supply chain?
I feel like the overarching method of it is what really intrigues me. Like going from a simple thing like a raw material, going all the way to through the supply chain and getting to the end consumer. I just feel like I fell in love with that whenever I heard about supply chain. And then once I actually got into classes, I fell in love with the transportation distribution side of things.
Okay.
But what I like about supply chain is not just about transportation distribution. There's so many other things. Like for example, when I took supply management, it's not about transportation distribution. It talks about procurement. And which in simple words, in layman's terms, it's just buying. But it's just way more in depth than you would ever think. So what I like about supply chain is that it teaches you so many different skills, and that way when you go into the industry, it's just you can bring those skills and really help a company out.
Well said, well said. So I can probably guess what you're going to say, but what was your favorite course?
My favorite course would probably be supply management.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say transportation distribution.
Yeah, it was a close. I'd say it was a close tie. Yeah, I'll go back.
Oh no! Stick with your original.
Stick with it. Yeah. So supply management, especially Remco's.
Yeah.
Just how he taught the class. It's just him as a teacher. He taught us about procurement, and not only that, but he taught us real life skills. And I feel like I'm still using them in terms of how you got to think analytically, and it just really brought a different sense into the word of procurement when he came along into the department. So, great teacher.
That's awesome to hear. So, now let's imagine that you were talking to your earlier self a few years ago. What advice would you give yourself?
I'd give myself a very simple advice. It's just do what you want to do in life. For example, me, I was actually doing another major before this, and if you think about it, you're going to be doing this stuff for, let's say, 20, 30 years, until you graduate, or until you
retire.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing, right? same context. But that's pretty much what I tell myself, because you don't want to do stuff for the wrong reasons. Don't do a career just because it pays good money or any of that. That's a good plus. That's a good plus. But what you really got to do is what you have a passion for. And I feel like I have a passion for what I'm learning right now in school, but I feel like I have a passion also on what I do at my job. Just transportation supply chain management. I feel like I was meant to go down that path, and I'm very happy that I'm going down that path, and happy that I'm about to graduate too.
Oh, that's fantastic. We're happy in the supply chain field that you're in it, because it's clear that you're going to make an impact in your career. And so really thank you for taking the time today to speak with us, and look forward to watching you thrive in industry.
Thank you. Thank you so much for